Good evening. Thank you for coming out. On stage, we have the fourth grade band. You knew that already. They're going to play a bunch of songs this evening that are a gigantic step up from what you heard in their first concert if you were there for that. They've been working really hard. They've been remarkably focused for such a young group of kids. And we're really excited to put on the show for you. So our first piece for you this evening is Old MacDonald Had a Band. Like I said, we've been doing a thing or two. So our next piece for you is Ode to Joy, a famous Beethoven song. I should fill you in what's happening in the back row. So just so you're aware, our percussionists in the younger levels, we prescribe to a philosophy called total percussion. So every percussionist learns to play mallets, they learn to play snare, they learn to play all the different type of percussion instruments, and then eventually they start to lean toward what they perceive as their niche. And so we're still in the mode of everybody does everything. So in between each song, they kind of reinvent the wheel. So thank you for your patience as we set up in between them.
Let's try that again. Hi everybody, so our next song that we have for you tonight is called Hard Rock Blues. going to do is a little different than the last concert that we had. We're going to do some section features. So one song, just the flutes will play, then just the clarinet, so on and so forth. We'll start from the front and end with percussion in the back. So the first song we're going to play is Flutes from Morning from Peer Gynt. Next up is the clarinets playing C Chanty. Last of the woodwinds is the alto saxophones playing Egyptian Dance.
Please excuse our interpretive dance in the percussion section. Next up, we have the trumpets playing American Patrol. Next up, we have the trombones playing Trombone Rag. And last but not least, we have the percussion section chopping out.
songs you heard previously are from our lesson book that we all start out with. We played Hot Cross Buns at the winter concert. All of these little songs are out of our lesson book that the whole band uses. But now that we're at the end of the year, we get to start playing some longer songs called sheet music. So they're full pages of music. This first one is called Alta Squadron.
All right, we got one more for you as you're scrambling around out there. Our last piece for you this evening is called Defender Time. The kids love it. We love it. It's a really cool song. So when they're ready, we're going to hit it. Good evening and welcome to our final fifth grade band concert. Up first tonight we have a song by Robert W. Smith called Furioso.
All right, as percussion's setting up for the next song, which is called Gift of Hope, I don't want to embarrass them too much, but we do have two soloists in this song, Soraya Augustine and Kaylee Lohman.
Thank you for your patience while I'm setting up back there. Our next one is a doozy. It's called Imperium. We've been working on it for quite a long time, and we're really excited to play it for you. There's a lot of different, diverse, really cool themes in this song that kind of go back and forth and then kind of collect again at the end. So, if they're ready, I think they are. Yeah, Imperium.
We have for you tonight is we do movie music at the end of the year just to kind of spice things up, make it a little fun. So the song we picked for 5th grade is the Avengers theme song.